Hello and welcome to Logosol's headquarters in Härnösand, Sweden.
It's a bit rainy here today, but we have some good stuff to show you. We are going to go through the height adjustment and set works and feed systems for the sawmills today.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you several different options that you can use, and starting from the B751 going up. But before that, don't miss out our autumn campaign that we're currently running, and check out the offers on the band sawmills and the chainsaw mills and the planer molder. You can find the offers on logosol.com, and you can also find more information on our Facebook page, Logosol Portable Sawmills, and you are warmly welcome to contact us if you have any queries or want a quote, etc. So let's start.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's start with this machine, the B751 standard. And this machine has a height adjustment with a manual crank. Every turn on the crank is 1 inch, so 25 millimeters.
And it's spring loaded, so you just push it inwards and then you lower one turn for 1 inch, and then you add one extra step for the curve, so the thickness of the blade. And that'll give you a 1 inch board, and if you want to do 2 turns and 1 step, you'll get a 2 inch board. So it's very easy with the fixed steps, and it always gives you the same thickness. You can use it together with this scale that we have here. This scale shows 1 inch including the curve. So if you have a camp, for example, and want to cut only 1 inch boards, you can set it to the nearest 1 inch step and then cut all the way down. Or you have 1.5 inch, 1 3/4 or 2 inch that you can follow. We also have this.
That's fantastic.
So that's our last cut indicator, so you can see where you made your previous cut, and it's a very good reminder. So if you, for example, cut through the log and you have to raise up the saw head to be able to back up, you'll still see where the previous cut was made. So it usually saves you
saved me many times.
Yeah. Yeah. But it actually saves you from having a waste board, really.
Yeah.
So that's the height adjustment on the B751. Very simple to use. You also have a scale here in the handle that shows you in inch increments. So you can use this, and you can also you see on the plate here, you can see all the steps as well, so just make sure that you use the right amount of steps when you set the height.
And the feedback we get from customers is often that it's very fast to use.
Yeah.
It's easy and fast to adjust the height.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter from where, if you look on just a scale, it can differ a little bit what angle you're looking at. But here, you always get the same thickness. Well, should we fire it up and make a cut?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Have you already adjusted?
Yeah, I lowered it now, yeah.
Okay, so good. This is a very beautiful log with all the nuts.
Perfect.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look on the B751 Pro.
Yeah.
The B751 standard and the Pro has the exact same saw head.
Yeah.
It's the rail that differs between them.
Yeah. Yeah, the B751 Pro has pretty much the same rail as the bigger B1001. It's just a little bit more narrow.
It also has a different height adjustment.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to show you now. So here we have
The cut set.
what we call the cut set. So this is millimeter increments, and you can see here you can zero this. So one full turn is 20 millimeters. So let's say I want to go down now and make a 1-inch board. So here's where the previous cut was made, and then I can start zeroing it, releasing, and then I lower one turn, that's 20 millimeters. I add another 5 for the thickness, and lastly 2 millimeters for the curve. And there we can, I'll make just a cut now and then I'll show you afterwards. So now, if I want to continue cutting a 1-inch board, I can just zero this, do the same operation again, lower it one turn, another 5, and then 2 for the curve. And then we have a 1-inch board again. So this cut set comes on the B751 Pro and also the larger B1001 if you want to use a manual height adjustment. So what can we say about the benefits with this system?
The crank,
Yeah,
it's lighter to crank
Yeah.
the saw head up and down.
yeah. And you can also cut, since we have fixed steps on the B751, so if you want to do specific thicknesses, you can do very fine adjustments on the cut set, because it's just one, you can do 1 millimeter at a time. So it gives you a little bit more maybe flexibility, even though you might cut 1 or 2 inch or cut beams, for example, in inch thicknesses. At least you have the option. So very easy to use, similar to the fixed steps on the B751. And it's the same here. You can use it together with the scale here. So that this scale is also including the curve. So this helps you plan the sawmilling. So those two are the manual height adjustments.
Yeah.
So now we can move over and check out what we call the easy set,
Yeah.
the electrical height adjustment.
So when you buy a new sawmill, B751 Pro, B1001 or B1001 hydraulic, you choose from the beginning between the cut set, the manual crank, and easy set, the electric height adjustment. And what you get then is the up and down buttons here, and an electric motor in here, and this is a fine-tuning knob. So if we have a look here, you can see here it's quite easy to adjust exact millimeter, but if you want to do it even more exact, you can use this knob. And the benefits of easy set, what would you say, Pelle?
But I would say it's very convenient in a sense when you're starting out on a new log, when you have to raise, especially if it's a big log.
Yeah, if you want to go, sorry, all the way up.
Because
you don't need.
You don't have to crank it up.
No.
Yeah. And it's also, I think this fine tuning is very good to use when if you're following the scales, for example. If you're a little bit too fast here, you can just tune it with the handle quickly. So also very easy system to use.
Yeah.
And it's
and that's what Logosol aims for.
Exactly.
Accessories that is easy to use and have exact cuts.
Yeah.
Want it to be a very good cut. So
and what we have here, this one also has feed and a set works here. But if you don't have what we call the pro feed, when you can feed the saw head back and forth, you'll have an arm here. If you only have the set works together with this, so you'll have the set works here on the arm. You type in the height, and then you push it manually, similar to the other sawmills here.
Yeah.
But then I think we can move on to the B1001 with hydraulics that we have over here.
Yeah.
Where we can show both the easy set when it's connected to the pro set, which is the set works, and pro feed, which is the power feed. So we'll move over.
Yeah. So the first choice the customer has to do is manual or electric up and down.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you can add pro set and pro feed if you like.
Yeah.
But the system with the Logosol sawmills is that it's modular, so you can add on later on. So even if you start with a manual crank, you can buy the easy set and pro feed afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's very good. You can try it out first.
Yeah, exactly.
If you like, if you prefer that.
And if you have a business, you can grow with the business.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
Well. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. I think this is really exciting.
Yeah. Here we have the setwork panel. It's a little bit like a calculator. But I think just over. I think that's pretty good. So when you're starting out then, you can zero it at the position that we're at now. You zero it here, there, and then we can just type in 50 millimeters and enter, and then we push the enter button there. So now we're gonna get a 50 millimeter board. What we also could do is, if we know that we only want to cut 50 millimeter thick boards out of this piece here, you could stop it and then we go up there, and then we can push the divide by 50, enter, and we can see we'll get 6 pieces out of this tent here, and then we start with the first one. So that's where our initial cut will be. And this is obviously also calculating for the curve. So this will give you 6 pieces that are finished in 50 millimeter. We can show, if we do a close-up here, we have a calibration button. So when you're setting up just set up the setworks, you use the calibration button to lower it 100 millimeter from the cross bunks, and then you calibrate it from there. This is the brightness of the screen. It's a little bit rainy here now. This is the robotics button, so you can program this button to have a few different functions. This is the distance between the cross bunk and the cup. This is the zero. Here you can make cutting programs here, so you can save, I think it's up to 12 different cutting programs. So for example, if you want to make a program, you press the button, now hold this one in, and then you can add several different board thickness. It might be that you want 2 2-inch board, 1 75 mil piece, and the rest 1-inch board, for example. So you can do different cutting programs to different needs, really. And you can use it a little bit like a calculator, where I showed where you divide by a certain thickness, or you can multiply, or you can just do plus if you want to add a lot of different sizes. But I think in this case what we could do is we'll raise this up and do a 2-inch board. And then now I'll show you quickly before we start up. Here is the Pro feed. This is the power feed. So you hold down this safety button, start the saw here. You adjust the feed speed on this one, and you just push the saw head forward here. So when you're running it, you'll push this forward, set the feed speed. But I'll start it up so you can see it properly.
Vänta lite.
There.
Ska ta bort baken. Vilket håll?
Du kan ta den här. Det går bra.
Ska vi ta av den här då? Ja. Ah, nice.
Nära på de här uppe.
Nice cut.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And on the electric version here you have a amp meter as well, so you can see the resistance on the motor, which is very useful when you're milling, so you're making sure that you're not pushing the feed too hard. You can set a certain amp that you can just follow the amp meter, and if let's say you want to run at 15 amps maximum, you just make sure that you regulate the feed speed according to the amp meter. It's a good way of making sure that you're not overloading. Yeah.
And the Pro set, we could say that that's a very modern setworks.
Yeah.
It's a type of setworks that you find on more industrial machines than ours, so it's a really good technique in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it makes it easy to use.
And that's what we want.
Yeah, definitely. It helps you out to count.
Exactly. And I just, if we just go back shortly to the control panel. We didn't use it now because we had many boards on here, but this is a bump up button, so this can be used when you've made the cut but you don't want to return the saw head at the same level. Maybe you have tension in the logo, for example. Then you press the bump up and you can set how much you want the bump up to be, but you can set it to 10 mil or you can set it to a very big distance if you want. Push that and then the saw head will go up, then you return it and then you press this button again, then it'll go down to the next cut, and then you can keep going like that. But what I did now was I just raised the saw head and returned it, and that way you can, if you show here on the screen, you can see a little green arrow here. So when I lower this now, you can see that the arrow is gonna close. See now, moves. I'm very close now. There. Bang on. And now if I want to do the next cut, I'll just push here, 50, enter, and then next cut. Quick and simple. So yeah, so that's a bit about the Pro set, but you can do a lot more things with it.
Yeah.
And the Pro feed.
So now we have covered the inch crank, the
Yeah.
B751 standard,
Yeah,
the cut set, the manual crank,
millimeter increments.
yeah,
Yes.
standard from B751 Pro and up
Yeah,
on the bigger
on the
sawmills.
bigger ones. Yeah.
The easy set, the electric height adjustment with the buttons,
Yeah.
Pro set, the set works,
Set
and the
work.
Pro feed. So that's a lot of information and fantastic accessories. So look into logosol.com and you will find much more information,
Yeah.
of course, and look into all this. I hope this has been helpful.
And if you have any questions about any of these height adjustment systems or set works or Pro feed, you are warmly welcome to contact us and we can go through it with you if you want as well.
Yeah, feel free to. Yeah, and one last thing. Don't forget to look into the autumn campaign. It's a fantastic campaign. You get vouchers that you can buy more accessories to your machine. So that's a really good campaign.
And we also have really good offers on our chainsaw mills.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the planer.
And the planer molding,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's raining like sideways.
yeah.
We also want to thank our fantastic team behind the live streams, I think, Lars and Daniel. Great job in this weather.
Yeah, especially in this kind of weather, we have a very easy job compared to yours.
Absolutely. And we can run the machines. That's always fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Milling Mondays, we will be back in 2 weeks. Next chapter of our story.
Yeah, yeah. Look forward to that. And we hope that you want to watch the next live demo as well. And if you have questions, send them to us, or you can give us a call, or you can send questions to our Facebook page, Logosol Portable Sawmills. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.